Before we begin this video, I want to note that I have 10 minutes to go until I have to have dinner, so the commentary will be excessive, and the editing will most definitely be scaled down. Let's get started. I've taken the liberty to map out the election results in the state of Pennsylvania by county presidential for the past 20 years. This set of maps alone should tell you that Pennsylvania is not trending red. Of course, there's a lot less blue on the 2020 map than there is in the 2000 map, but the counties that both Al Gore and Donald Trump won have much smaller populations than the Bush-Biden counties. One of the most incredible swings you may have already detected was the swing to the left in Chester County, a suburban Philly county. Chester was a 17-point Biden county this November, yet in 2000, Bush beat Gore in this suburban place by 10%. Chester, as I mentioned, a suburb of Philadelphia, has been trending blue for quite some time. It was a 10-point Bush county in 2000, then narrowed down to a 5-point Bush county in 2004. It flipped to Obama in 2008. He carried the county by 9. The only time that's trended red since then was when Mitt Romney won the county by only around 500 votes out of hundreds of thousands cast. Hillary Clinton won it by an Obama-esque margin in 2016, and then Joe Biden turned the county into a safety county for the first time in a very long time in 2020, where, as I mentioned earlier, he won it by over 17%. This may seem subtle, but remember, Chester is a pretty big county. It has swung back and forth. It's pretty good at detecting the winner of statewide elections here, while not always being perfect. Chester is just one of the many examples of the suburban swing the Democrats favor that has taken place, not only in Pennsylvania, but nationwide, but for this video, we'll be focusing on Pennsylvania. You can look at other suburban Philly counties for more examples. Buckton, Montgomery in particular showed big swings towards Joe Biden last November. Let's briefly move away from Philadelphia, and don't worry, we'll definitely come back, and move into the middle of the Keystone State to Center County. Between 1936 and 1992, a Democrat had won the county only twice. And it was only once, and it was LBJ in 1964 in his landslide against Barry Goldwater. However, Bill Clinton won it twice before it reverted back to its Republican roots and went for George Bush, both times. Obama notably flipped in 2008 due to high turnout from Penn State University, the main reason the county remains blue today. Biden won the county with over 40,000 votes, an amount that in a state like Pennsylvania could win you the election. Take a look at the results per township in Center County below. Penn State, located at the bottom of the county, is shaded red, and remember the site I got this data from uses the old school colors where red means Democrat and blue means Republican. And the rest of the country is shaded for Donald Trump. The rest of the county is shaded for Donald Trump. Center County is also growing at a pretty good rate, so if the trends continue, it will probably be safety by 2028, and will eventually become a huge source of Democratic votes in the state, assuming they can continue to run it up in the Penn State area. Yet another example of why, contrary to popular belief, Pennsylvania is not trending red is the Pittsburgh suburbs. As mentioned earlier, the suburbs have taken a hard swing to the left in recent years, and the suburbs of Pittsburgh are no exception. One of the fastest growing cities in Pennsylvania, Franklin Park, is another D-trending suburb. Franklin Park was won by Donald Trump in 2016 by over 12%, but flipped to Joe Biden in 2020. He carried it by around 4%. This trend, along with other suburban trends, will continue to help Democrats. Lastly, I'd like to talk about Donald Trump's incredible margins in rural Pennsylvania. Cameron County, among the most rural in the state, was won by Donald Trump easily. He got 73% of the vote there in both 2020 and 2016. Moving on Mitt Romney's 2012 numbers, Romney received 2/3 of the vote in the county. Trump always performed better than McCain in 2008, 59%, Bush in 2004, 66%, and Bush in 2000, 62%. While one could make the argument that Cameron County and other rural parts of the state are trending red, and those people are correct about that to a certain degree, I don't see future Republicans improving on Trump's numbers in the rural areas of the Rust Belt. First of all, Trump essentially maxed out his rural support in 2020 and still lost the state to Biden, despite Biden not maxing out his suburban support or his Philadelphia support. In fact, Biden just did pretty poorly in Philadelphia. And also, Trump is a once-in-a-generation candidate for the Rust Belt. He had tremendous working-class appeal, tremendous suburban appeal, or tremendous rural appeal, and he still lost the state. Trump might have not been an ideal candidate for the GOP in Georgia or Arizona, but he's an electoral behemoth in a state like Pennsylvania. To be quite frank, I don't see any future Republicans doing better in the rural part of the state, and I don't see them doing much better with the white working class for the near future. Trump shattered the glass ceiling in that regard and still lost the state. You should also note that although basically every place in Pennsylvania is losing population, the rural areas are losing it faster than the urban suburban areas. This should make Democrats feel great about their prospects here in the future. So next time you hear that Pennsylvania will be a solid red state by 2040, or that the state will probably flip in 2024 no matter who the Democrats run, or that it's just trending red, I encourage you to send them this video. I hope I did a good job of laying out a few points and examples of why the state is going to stay blue for the time being in this video. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below, and I'll see you all next one. Goodbye.